We are human. We sometimes make mistakes.
Well, I'll take that one.
It looks like there was no discipline in the last race, so about 2:24.04 on the clock, and we'll get into heat 6 in a moment.
Ready.
We're also extra confusing here when we see a guy like William Donjanu warming up in front of us. And it's like, oh, we're just assuming he's going to be in one of these races. And it's like, oh.
Well, or when you see a guy like Stephen Dubois too in the heats, that's because he didn't race the 1500 last weekend. So making his debut there for the weekend.
My fallback all the time in these is there's so many names, and we get ourselves a little bit brains twisted around a few times. Heat 6 has Eirik Andersen of the Norwegian Vikings on the front, Sean McAnuff, Etienne Bastier, Nathan Thomas, Furkan Akar, and Murtalek Kajgali.
And there's so many ranking lists to consider because the world rank is actually your past 6 events, where the last 6 World Tour events results added up, while we're also looking at kind of this World Tour season as a singular series of 4 events that stack up on each other to qualify for the games.
There are a lot of rankings.
Yeah,
they follow through.
Oakville, Ontario native Sean McAnuff, currently sitting in
Is Bastier, who jumped onto the World Tour season right at the end last year with an 11th, a B final in Tilburg. Nathan Thomas, one of the many Canadian-born athletes skating for other nations. Also behind him, Sean McAnuff, another Canadian-born athlete.
Lots of movement now between our 6 meters with 6 laps to go.
Well, Kajgali here looking to wind up, go around the outside. Getting a little bit stuck. The pace is picking up here.
And Akar, we know his top end 500-meter speed. He's going to slot in. Tried to slot into second, but the door wasn't there. Now he does into second behind Bastier.
3.5 laps to go. French skater Bastier in front. Sitting in second. Nathan Thomas
around Anderson. Nathan Thomas, Furkan Akar, and Etienne Bastier, who's doing a good job holding everybody off.
This is
where Bastier, well, opens the door a little bit there. I was going to say he really needs to be careful with his track pattern and defending as he gets bumped.
Thomas with the bump, that'll get reviewed. It's Akar on the front, now under pressure.
Feel the fatigue here.
Oh, they're just trying to stay up. It's Nathan Thomas who will come around. He'll win the heat. I think that incident, that bump, will get reviewed with Bastier.
Well, just timing that effort, when do you strike, and bringing it down, looking 4 laps to go, and hoping that you're going to be able to carry to the finish. And for Akar there, you could just see mistimed it slightly, legs turned to concrete that last lap.
Only by a half a lap, yeah, just that last half lap there, keeping on his feet was all he could do.
The incident was cleared, so it is Nathan Thomas who takes that one. You saw the fist pump there, so another one of the emotion out. It was Bastier who was sort of getting looked at anyway when the bump happened.
What makes these heats so fun as we get to these later races that the rankings get tighter and tighter together. You have bigger gaps at the top when you have the highest ranked skaters. Create some more separation in a race, but as we get here, we start to see skaters more closely ranked. You know, in the following heat, 38, 47. So they start to get tighter in the pack and more exciting finishes.
Well, and we saw so many passes like this one here, that a little bit of contact there, but a lot of like clean but tight passes, and those cost so much energy. They really work the legs. When you're forced to turn hard, you increase the amount of load in the legs. Good job there. Nathan Thomas really working for the line. He also was running out of gas, but needed to reach. So important to win that race.
You can almost hear them screaming as they're coming down. The legs just crying out for it to end. So Thomas through, Kajgali 2:22.322. Heat number 7 on the ice.